If you want to pass your job interview at the first attempt, make sure you watch this video. I am going to give you quick, top scoring answers to the 17 toughest interview questions. If you are applying for any job role with any company, make sure you stay tuned. To help you pass your interview, I will cover the following 4 things in this training lesson. Number 1, I will tell you what the 17 most common interview questions are that feature in all job interviews. I am 100% confident that if you watch this video from start to finish and you take notes, you will pass your interview. Number 2, I will give you several quick tips for answering each of those 17 questions with confidence. Make sure you follow these tips to pass your job interview. Number 3, I am then going to give you a brilliant, top scoring, quick answer to each of the 17 interview questions before finally, number 4, telling you where you can instantly download these slides plus my full set of 17 quick answers to tough interview questions. And just very quickly, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Learning to pass job interviews is a life skill you must develop. Please make sure you subscribe to receive the very latest training on how to get hired. And please also hit the like button because that genuinely motivates me to create more great content for you. And if you tell me the name of the job you are applying for in the comment section below the video, I will give you some additional tips. The first question that will come up at your job interview is going to be, tell me about yourself. Let me give you 3 quick tips for giving the perfect answer. Tip number 1, keep your answer under 60 seconds in duration. I recommend you aim for an answer between 30 and 60 seconds. Tip number 2, focus in your answer on your academic and professional background. Avoid talking about your family or personal life. Let me now give you a quick top scoring answer to this question that you can write down and practice. Tell me about yourself. Here we go. Thank you for this opportunity. I am a fast-working, diligent and self-disciplined employee with the skills to meet the demands of the role. I have a track record of achievement. I attained excellent grades in my chosen subjects at college, and in previous roles, I was recognized for my trustworthiness, strong work ethic and collaboration skills. If you hire me, I will be a positive role model for the company and work hard to ensure I give you a solid return on my salary. That is a fantastic top scoring answer to that first difficult interview question. Tell me about yourself. Let's now move on to interview question number 2. Why do you want this job? Here are 2 quick tips for giving the perfect answer. Tip number 1, demonstrate genuine passion for the job role in your answer. Remember this, enthusiastic candidates will complete more work than the average employee. And tip number 2, say you want the job because it is with their company. Here is the perfect, quick, top scoring answer. Why do you want this job? I want this job because the role excites me and I will get to see the positive impact my work has on customers and clients. I also want this job because it is with your company. You have an excellent reputation and my research tells me you support your employees so they can reach their full potential. That is a fantastic answer. Again, pause the video, write down the response. Interview question number 3. What are your greatest strengths? Here are 2 quick tips. Tip number 1. An easy and effective way to answer this common but difficult question is to align your strengths with the job description. Read the job description quickly before your interview because it will tell you the strengths required in the position. Tip number 2, great strengths for job interviews include adaptability, problem solving, and being resourceful. Let's put everything together in my top scoring quick answer. What are your greatest strengths? My greatest strengths include responsiveness, adaptability, and problem solving. I act quickly, which means I tend to complete more work than the average employee. I adapt well to challenging situations and I embrace change positively. And finally, I am a proactive and resourceful employee who takes responsibility for problems when they occur to achieve a successful outcome. That is another brilliant answer. Let's now move on to interview question number 4. What is your biggest weakness? Here are 3 quick tips. Tip number 1, do not say you don't have any weaknesses. Tip number 2, this question assesses honesty and self-awareness because we all have weaknesses. Tip number 3, the best weaknesses for job interviews are public speaking, struggling to say no to people, which means you sometimes overcommit, delegating, and being impatient. My biggest weakness is impatience. Here is my top scoring example response. What is your biggest weakness? My biggest weakness used to be that I found it difficult to delegate tasks. I liked to make sure everything was done to a really high standard, so I often ended up taking on too much myself. But I've learned that effective teamwork means trusting others to use their strengths too. I now make a conscious effort to delegate tasks based on people's skills, and since doing that, I've noticed that productivity and team morale significantly improve. That is a great weakness. You are saying that you used to have the weakness of delegating tasks. You struggle to delegate to other people, but you've realized that is not conducive to effective teamwork. Interview question number 5. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Here's 2 very important tips. Tip number 1. Do not say you plan to be working elsewhere in 5 years' time. If you do say that, you probably won't get hired because it takes a lot of time, effort, and resources to hire someone for a job role. Tip number 2. Say that you want to grow and develop in the role and become the go-to expert in your field for their company. Here is my brilliant answer. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? If successful at the interview, I plan to build a long-term career at your company. I want to quickly become the go-to expert in my field and participate in any available training courses that will help develop and diversify my skills. I also plan to gain a promotion here one day once I have acquired the relevant experience and knowledge. In 5 years, I also plan to be someone that the company can use to help train new team members whenever they join. That is a brilliant answer because you are saying you want to work at the company long term. Interview question number 6. How would you deal with a conflict with a co-worker? Here are 2 quick but important tips. Tip number 1. Do not say you would inform your manager about the conflict so they could deal with it. This question assesses maturity, professionalism, and your ability to overcome conflict quickly for the team's benefit. Here is the perfect answer. How would you deal with a conflict with a co-worker? I firmly believe that co-workers have a duty to collaborate harmoniously while focusing on the strategic goals of the company. Therefore, I would take ownership of the conflict and work hard to achieve a resolution. I would assess my words and actions to ensure I were not the cause. I would then meet privately with my co-worker to establish their views and opinions before discussing an amicable solution that empowered us to progress. Perfect answer. Interview question number 7 of our 17 interview questions and quick top scoring answers. Describe yourself in 3 words. Here's 2 very important tips. Tip number 1. You must give 3 words that stand out from the other candidates. Great words to give in your answer include being commercially aware, being results driven, loyal, adaptable, and resilient. Let's put everything together in my top scoring response. Describe yourself in 3 words. Loyal, resilient, and cost conscious. I am loyal to my employer, can be trusted to do a great job, and will be committed to the role long term. I am resilient during difficult challenges. I remain calm when faced with problems, and I focus on finding a solution. Finally, my cost-conscious work ethic means I find ways to streamline and improve processes, and I never waste company supplies or resources. What I love about that answer is you are giving your 3 words and you are then explaining how they will benefit the company in the role. It's a really strong answer. Interview question number 8. What are you looking for in your next job? Here's 3 quick tips. Tip number 1. I recommend you say that you are looking for 3 or 4 things in your next job. Don't say you are looking for great pay and good perks. Tip number 3, focus on things that empower you to grow and develop in your work. Here is my top scoring answer. What are you looking for in your next job? In my next role, I am looking for 4 key things. A manager who provides constructive feedback to help me grow, a team that's talented, ambitious, and positive, regular opportunities for training and skill development, and finally, the chance to work on exciting projects that make a real impact. Brilliant answer. Interview question number 9. Why should we hire you? Here are 3 quick but valuable tips. Tip number 1. I recommend you give 3 powerful reasons why they should hire you over the other candidates. One of those reasons should be that you are ready-made for the role. And tip number 3, this is a great tip. Give a reason that makes you truly stand out. A 30-day plan of action is perfect for standing out in your answer. So the idea is you take with you to your interview a printed 30-day plan of action that tells the hiring manager what you will do in the role once you start work for their company. Let me give you the perfect answer, and I will then tell you how you can download my ready-made 30-day plan of action. Why should we hire you? You should hire me for 3 reasons. First, I am ready-made for the role regarding my skills, knowledge, and passion. I can come into the position and have an instant impact. Second, I am commercially aware. I understand that you are paying me a salary and I have a duty to give you a great return. I will be dedicated to helping you achieve your strategic and commercial goals. Finally, you should hire me because I have created a 30-day smart work plan that outlines what I will do in the role to get up to speed, and I would like to give you a copy. You then give the hiring manager your printed 30-day smart work plan, and you can download that plan right now by clicking the link in the top right hand corner of the video and going through to my website passmyinterview.com. Here is the next question. Question number 10. What do you do in your free time? Here's 2 quick, valuable tips. Tip number 1. What you do in your free time is entirely up to you. However, be very careful what you say in your answer. Positive and productive things to do in your free time include playing team sports, going to the gym, reading and listening to podcasts, and volunteering. Here is my perfect answer. What do you do in your free time? I keep busy and active in my free time. I visit the gym several times a week, play team sports, and I read self-development books. I also follow several motivational podcasts. For example, I enjoy listening to the Tony Robbins podcast, which helps me stay positive and focused on achieving my goals. You can see how all of these responses will help you pass your interview. Interview question number 11. Why do you want to leave your current job? Here are 2 quick important tips. Tip number 1. Do not be negative or disrespectful of current or previous employers, co-workers or managers. Valid reasons for leaving a job include you want a new challenge, the company is restructuring, or you want to work with a different team to develop your skills. Here is the perfect answer for you to use at your interview. Why do you want to leave your current job? I want to leave my current job because I am ready for a fresh challenge with an exciting, ambitious and progressive employer in a role where my skills and knowledge will be put to good use. I've enjoyed working at the company and we've achieved many positive things during my time there. However, I am now ready for the next chapter of my career, which I hope will be in this role for your company. That is a great answer because you are being respectful and positive about the future. Interview question 12. Tell me about a time you failed. Here's 2 important tips. Tip number 1. Do not say you have never failed because you are a perfectionist. This question assesses how you react to mistakes and failure. Describe a situation where you made a genuine mistake that led to failure, but you learned from the experience and improved. Here is a great answer. Tell me about a time you failed. When I started work in my first job, I was required to complete a familiarization training course. At the end of the course, there was a short exam. Because I thought I knew everything, I didn't study enough, and as a result, I ended up failing. I was embarrassed, but determined to put things right. I apologized to my manager, explained honestly why I had failed, and I retook the exam, passing with full marks. I learned a lot from that situation, and since then, I have always prepared fully for every situation. That is a great answer because you are being honest, you own up to your mistake, you apologize, you put things right, and you learn from the experience. Interview question 13. What is your greatest achievement? Here's 2 important tips. Tip number 1. Hiring managers prefer to hire people who have a track record of success. Tip number 2. Give a situation where you achieved something significant that either improved your skills, improved a team, or improved a company. Here is a great example answer. What is your greatest achievement? My greatest achievement was creating a standardized training program for new hires at my last job. I noticed onboarding was inconsistent, so I proposed developing a set of short, structured training modules. With my manager's approval, I designed and implemented the program, which was later adopted company-wide. It improved training consistency and reduced onboarding time by 25%. A brilliant answer. Let's move on to interview question 14. How do you organize your work? Here are 2 important tips. Tip number 1. This question is being asked because most job roles require the ability to work independently. The best way to answer this common question is to say you create a list of tasks and you then prioritize them against the company goals? Here is a great answer. Write this down and use it at your interview. How do you organize your work? I organize my work by keeping my workspace clean and tidy. I create a list of the tasks and projects I am responsible for. I then prioritize the tasks in order of priority and color code them. Red tasks are urgent and require immediate attention. Blue tasks come second, and green can be left for later in the day when I have more time. That demonstrates you are a highly organized person. Interview question 15. Tell me about a challenge you had to overcome. Here's 2 quick tips. Tip number 1. This question assesses resilience and your ability to take ownership of problems to achieve a positive outcome. Now, I recommend you use the STAR method to structure your answer. STAR method stands for situation, task, action, and result. You begin your answer by telling the hiring manager the situation you were in. You then explain the task that needed your attention. You then give in-depth details of the action you took to complete the task before finishing your answer with the result. Make sure the result is positive. Let me give you a brilliant STAR method answer to this behavioral interview question. Tell me about a challenge you had to overcome. This is a brilliant example. In my previous job, we started to receive negative online reviews which were affecting sales. I decided to investigate the cause of the reviews to improve customer service standards because I cared about the company's success. I contacted the customers who had left reviews and they all said the same thing, that they had ordered products for priority delivery, but they were late in receiving them. After I apologized, I contacted the courier company. They claimed they were short on delivery drivers, resulting in the delays. This was unacceptable. So I decided, with my manager's permission, to source a new courier with a great reputation. After changing suppliers, normal delivery service standards resumed and customer service ratings improved. My manager thanked me for taking the initiative and solving the problem. I am sure you will agree that is a brilliant answer to that common but difficult interview question, and you can see how effective the STAR method is. Interview question 16. What are your salary expectations? Here are 3 important tips. Tip number 1, make sure you practice your answer before the interview. You must give a confident response. Be confident in the salary you are asking for. Tip number 2, research the salary range for your job role and industry on the website glassdoor.com before your interview. Now, before the interview, make sure you know your desired salary, the salary you are going to ask for, and also the lowest amount you would be comfortable working for. Remember, a salary negotiation must meet your needs and the needs of your employer. So have 2 figures in mind, your desired salary and the absolute lowest you would be prepared to work for. Here is a brilliant answer that you can use. What are your salary expectations? The most important thing for me is to work in a role where I can contribute to the company's success, continue to develop professionally, and be a part of a strong, forward-thinking team. Based on my research and understanding of the position, I believe a fair and motivating salary for someone with my passion, knowledge, and experience would be around $54,000. That said, I am happy to discuss this further once we've established that I'm the right fit for the role and I can add real value to your organization. So that is a humble response. You are telling them the amount that you want, but you are prepared to discuss this. It opens up the negotiation. It is a really good answer, and all you have to do is change the yellow highlighted figure to the one that you want in your job. So make sure you research the salary for your role and industry on glassdoor.com. Interview question 17. Do you have any questions? 3 tips. Tip number 1. Most candidates don't ask questions. This is a missed opportunity. You must ask questions. I recommend you ask 3 smart questions. Avoid questions relating to salary, time off, or perks and benefits of the job. Keep your questions professional and focused on what you can do to help them be successful. Here are the 3 strongest questions you can ask in any job interview. Do you have any questions? Thank you. I have 3 questions, please. What advice would you give to the successful candidate who wants to excel in their work for your company? My second question is, what challenges are the team currently facing and what can I do in the role to help overcome them? And finally, is there any additional information I can read to learn more about the company while I wait to hear the result of my interview? So those are 3 smart questions that will impress the hiring manager. Now, the next thing to do is click the link in the top right-hand corner of the video, go through to my website, passmyinterview.com, and you can download my full set of 17 quick top scoring answers to interview questions. You get all of the questions and tips we have worked through together today in this training session. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and also connect with me on LinkedIn. I have put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. It is always an honor and a pleasure to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the very best for getting hired. Have a great day.